I ruined my perfect family when my husband caught me cheating with my boss and went to prison. Now 7 years later, he's out, and I'm all alone with my kids hating me. I was 41 when it happened. My boss was 38, divorced, drove a black Audi, and made me feel 25 again. My husband worked nights as an ER nurse pulling 12-hour shifts while I worked days at the law firm downtown. We had 2 daughters. My oldest was 16, my youngest was 14. Looking back, I can pinpoint the exact moment I became someone I didn't recognize. It was a Thursday in March when my boss asked me to stay late to review contracts. We ordered Chinese food. He laughed at my jokes. My husband hadn't laughed at my jokes in years. The affair lasted 8 months. Every Tuesday and Thursday when my husband worked nights, my boss's apartment was 15 minutes from our house. I told my husband I was taking a spin class. I got sloppy in month 7. Left my phone unlocked on the kitchen counter while I showered. My husband saw everything. The texts, the photos, the hotel receipt from our weekend getaway that I told him was a work conference. He didn't yell, didn't throw things, didn't even wake me up. He just packed a duffel bag, walked into our daughter's rooms, kissed them each on the forehead while they slept, and left at 2 a.m. 3 hours later, police knocked on my door. My husband had driven straight to my boss's apartment building. The neighbors on the 3rd floor heard shouting, then crashing, then silence. My boss was in the ICU for 9 days. Fractured skull, broken jaw, 3 broken ribs, collapsed lung. The security footage showed my husband hitting him 23 times. His knuckles were shattered. He had to get surgery on his right hand. My husband's lawyer pushed for probation, cited his clean record, his military service, the emotional distress, but my boss's lawyer showed the jury photos of his face. The DA called it premeditated. My husband had driven across town with intent. He took a plea deal to avoid trial. 7 years for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. His hands were classified as deadly weapons because of his Marine Corps training. At sentencing, my husband looked at me once from across the courtroom. No tears, no anger, no hatred, just empty. Like I wasn't even worth the energy anymore. My older daughter screamed at me in the courthouse hallway, called me a whore in front of everyone. My younger daughter just stared at her shoes and cried silently. His parents took them home that day. The girls moved in with his parents permanently within a month. I called every single week for the first year. They never answered. I sent birthday cards with checks inside. $500 for my oldest and 17, $500 for my youngest 15. All returned unopened with return to sender, written in my older daughter's handwriting. I wrote letters to my husband in prison. 63 letters over 7 years. He never wrote back, not once. I sold our house after 2 years. Couldn't afford the mortgage on my salary alone. Moved into a 1-bedroom apartment in a different part of town. Started seeing a therapist who asked me why I did it. I still don't have a good answer. My boss recovered, got a restraining order against me. I lost my job at the firm. Nobody wanted to hire the woman whose husband went to prison for beating her boss half to death. I work as a paralegal now at a small practice. Make $32,000 a year. Last Tuesday, I saw him at the grocery store. 7 years older, gray streaks in his hair, maybe 40 pounds lighter. He was in the frozen food section reaching for a bag of mixed vegetables. Our eyes met across the frost-covered glass doors. My heart stopped. I actually felt it skip. 7 years of wondering what I'd say if I ever saw him again. And suddenly my mind went completely blank. He walked over slowly. I couldn't move. I was holding a basket with frozen peas and a box of pasta. He didn't say hello, just pulled out his phone, swiped twice, and showed me a photo. Our youngest daughter in a white lace wedding dress, smiling next to his parents in front of a small church. She looked beautiful. She looked exactly like me at that age. She got married last month, my husband said quietly. His voice was different, rougher. October 14th, small ceremony, just family. I felt my throat close. I didn't know. She didn't want you there, he said. No emotion, just facts. Neither did I. Your older daughter was her maid of honor. They both asked me not to tell you. My hands started shaking. The basket slipped. Frozen peas hit the floor. They're good kids, he continued. Your oldest is in nursing school. Your youngest husband is a teacher. They turned out fine despite everything. I'm not here for an apology. He cut me off. I just wanted you to know that they're happy, that we're all doing fine without you. He put his phone back in his pocket, grabbed his vegetables, and walked toward the registers. I stood there in the frozen aisle for 20 minutes. A stock boy eventually asked if I was okay. I wasn't. I drove home and looked at the last photo I had of all 4 of us. Disney World 2014. My daughters with Mickey Mouse ears. My husband's arm around my waist. Everyone smiling. The affair cost me 8 months. The consequences took everything else.